I don't even have words to describe how disappointed and irritated I am right now. I am so disappointed. No metal on Turbo Base. No metal. No metal at all. That, I am so disappointed. I was looking forward to Turbo so much. I'm so looking forward to it, and now, no metal at all. That just makes me extremely irritated. I just had to make a video on this. I just can't believe that Hasbro actually did this. They cut corners again to try to make more profit. Like, I can't believe that they actually did this. This is like the worst thing that could ever happen. Like, out of everything that Hasbro could have done wrong with this, they literally screwed up the most important thing about the Chosy base, which was the metal. And now with Turbo, they don't even have a single piece of metal on their layers at all. Like, it makes me disappointed that they don't have metal on the the series that is supposed to have metal, but not even like they. So sorry if I'm stuttering, but the series that is supposed to have metal have no metal. And then they have previous series like the Switch Strike series in the dual layer system, to where they have metal like that on their layers. That makes no sense to me. Like, how the heck does that make any sense? I am just so disappointed. And I don't want it. And people might be saying, oh, well, it doesn't make so much of a difference with or without metal. Well, it does. If you watch Zengi's video, or Lamar Devante's video on Switch Strike base, or not Switch Strike, the Turbo base without metal are 10 whole grams lighter. That's half of the amount of a Turbo base, of a Chosy base. I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up, but it's true. And that is like so disappointing that they could have just added metal, but they're being cheap. They're trying to cut corners with their prices, and this isn't the first time they did it. They also did it in the dual layer system. They didn't release drivers like trans, they didn't release drivers like gyro, they didn't even release yielding. They haven't released these type of drivers because they're just cutting corners. And I always remember that. Sometimes I think they always cut corners too. I tried to look for a Revolve driver, they're cutting corners with that too. They're not even trying to make Revolve anymore. So they're really trying to make profit by making them cheaper and making them less harder to produce. And that just makes me extremely disappointed. I had hope when the Switch Strike series came out. Like, they actually were accurate. They had all the drivers, they didn't cut corners with basically any of them. And you could basically get every Switch Strike bay, and they would almost be like not exactly, but they would be pretty close to Takara standards, because the way they made them was accurate. So it makes me extremely disappointed that they did so much in the Switch Strike series, so much to improve people's view of Hasbro, and then they put it all away again when the Turbo series comes, and I just hate it so much. Like, I just hate it. And the sad thing about it is that since I live here in America, live here in America, I am basically forced to buy Turbo bays, because I can't buy Chosy bays whenever I want. I'm gonna have to save up for them and buy them myself, and I can't even purchase bays all the time, so I don't like it at all. Like, I was so hyped for Turbo bays. I'm like, I can finally have a way to get these bays, even though they're not exactly the same, they're pretty close. But now we can't, and the only reason why they don't have medals is because of the dumb slingshot ability. Like, I can't believe that they preferred this dumb slingshot ability over metal. The slingshot ability basically can work for every single Beyblade too. It's like ridiculous. But they can't. In Hasbro was just cutting corners, they could have made this cool Switch Strike gimmick and have metal too. It wouldn't make too much of a difference. I see in Zanky's video of testing the bays, we have bays like, we have bays like, we have their Karatomi counterparts going on the rails just as much as their Hasbro versions. So there's no excuse to say that, oh, it's only for the slingshot gimmick. Any bay can basically use it. So it's an excuse just because they're being cheap. And no metal because of it. If you had metal and the slingshot ability, it would have been really good. It would have been great. I thought I would have had a lot of fun. But no, they couldn't because they're too cheap. And that also affects the metagame of Hasbro very much. I mean, why the heck would you buy the new stuff if you have bays like Nightmare Luinor and Surge Excalius, which have metal on them and are good attack layers? Like, why wouldn't you just stick to them instead of upgrade to the new series? Like, seriously, I feel like most dual layers could defeat these turbo bays because they're so light. I don't think people realize how light they are. They have no metal on the layer. Like, let's look at Wonder Valtryek. Wonder Valtryek has no metal on the layer. He has the lightest disc, and Volcanic is a decent weight. So it's very light just on its own, and it's probably lighter than some other God bays or Switch Strike bays. So that just makes no sense. It's like they're going backwards. And I just don't understand why they're doing this. Like, the metagame is not going to change at all. It's going to stay all Switch Strike bays. All of them. And it's kind of disappointing what Hasbro is doing because they did the exact same thing in the Metal series. When Metal Fury came out, they cut corners and they didn't even release the special drivers or even all the metal for the Beyblades. And it was super disappointing because they did that. Then they had to kind of make it up, quote unquote, with Hyper Blades, but it wasn't too much better because most people probably bought the original bays, and now they have to pay more money for the bays again, but actually, their actual versions, and that is just really disappointing that they had to do that. And I'm just disappointed because they did it multiple times. Like, Hasbro used to have stickers, they used to have translucent parts, they used to have translucent parts or even launchers, but now they cut down on all of that because of cost, because they're too cheap, and I just don't like that at all. So yeah, basically what I'm saying, Hasbro did fix their mistake in the Metal series though, because they did make Beyblade Legends, which was meant to fix all the things wrong with the Beyblades before, and I like that they did that because it kind of means that they understand what they did wrong, but still, they should have not have had to do that. They should have just done it at the beginning and they would have been all good. And I just can't believe it. I had faith in Hasbro. When Evolution came out, they started releasing a bunch of drivers that didn't come out. They released Lost Luinor that had Spiral and 9, and Luinor itself, which were parts we were missing. We got Gyro, we got Trans, we got all these different drivers that we hadn't seen before. We got layers that we didn't get before. And it disappoints me because I really had hope in them after the Switch Strike series. Like, I was so hyped for Turbo because of how well Switch Strike did. And now I'm just disappointed. I won't try to get any Turbo bays, but I know that I'm probably going to have to get tempted to get Turbo bays because I can't get Karatomi bays whenever I want. I wish I could get some Cho-Z bays right now if I wanted to, but I can't. And I just am so disappointed right now in Hasbro. And okay, so here's a message, and also this is my opinions. I forgot to mention that earlier, but this is just my opinion on the topic. You can have your opinion. I completely respect your opinion. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but this is just what I think on the topic. So every Baytuber that's watching, this is important, and I want every Baytuber watching to spread the word on this issue. Say your opinion on this. So what I want everyone to do who's watching this video, if you are a Baytuber or not, make a video talking about what you think about the Turbo series. And spread it to where we can get the big Baytubers talking about this topic. Because we have to rebel against Hasbro. What they're doing is completely wrong. They're basically cheating out their customers and consumers by doing this. And yeah. But basically, we need to get the big Baytuber started. Instaburst started this, so let's continue what he did. And Kivo made a video, so let's continue what they did. And I'm gonna create a hashtag. I'm gonna make a hashtag called rant on Hasbro. How about that? Or something like that. I'll leave it in the description below. But this hashtag, I want you guys to put it in every one of their videos that you talk about this. And I want us to move forward. I want us to rebel against Hasbro. Like, not be rude, but like, tell them that this is not the right way to do things. And who knows, maybe they could change something. So yeah, guys, sorry if it was a long video. I just really had to discuss this topic. I was going to do it yesterday, but I had no time, so I'm doing it now in the morning, and it's kind of early, but that's why it might sound kind of tired, but excuse me. But I just had to. So if you're watching, spread the word. Remember, hashtag rant on Hasbro. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for sticking around and watching, and bye. See you later.